Hello Blue Noses, and in today's video we're going to be rounding down my championship predictions for this season. So this will not come as a surprise to many EFL fans, but Ipswich Town have been predicted to win the championship this season. They've obviously went up from the championship doing back-to-back promotions, did that with a very strong squad, and then they've one of the only few Premier League teams to come down that have kept all their players, most of their players. They've kept key players like their captain, Darragh O'Shea, who's got plenty of experience in the Premier League and the Championship promotion battle. And players like Leif Davis, who were supposed to leave, but Ipswich have convinced to stay. And they've got their good young manager, Kieran McKenna. On to the next one then. I've predicted Southampton to finish second. As we know, Southampton replaced Russell Martin with a young and upcoming manager, Will Still. I don't personally know much about Will Still myself. I just know that he's the youngest manager to manage teams in all top 5 leagues in the world. Southampton have got something similar to Ipswich. They've got that same bond of Premier League experience, high championship profile players, while having that youth talent as well. Then, on to third then. Despite a tough season for Sheffield United, obviously heartbreak at Wembley, but congratulations to Sunderland. I think they'll come back very, very strong. They've made signings of Louis Barry, who's a Villa player, and then Tyler Binden. So they've got that youth in the door, like Southampton and Ipswich, and they've also got that Championship and Premier League experience as well. So I've put Sheffield United to be the first playoff positioners. Fourth then, the Blues, Birmingham City, fourth. The Blues have came up from a fantastic season, 111 points, breaking all kinds of records in the league, in the transfer window, and all that stuff. But the Blues are doing the same this season with signings of Bright Asai Samuel, Kyogo Furuhashi, Phil Neumann, Damari Gray, Marvin Ducksha, who was announced yesterday, and James Beadle, and etc, etc. So, and I think this season's going to be rocking. If we don't get top 4 spot, I'll be happy with top 10. On to the next one. I've predicted Leicester City to finish 5th. So, Leicester, it is imminent now. They are going to get that point deduction. It's just a matter of us finding out the severity of how big or small it is. But the bookies and me have still landed in a playoff spot. So that's Leicester. They've lost some key players this season, but they've still got that mixture of youth talent and experience. On to the next one as well. So, in 6th then, I've got Coventry City. For the last 3 to 4 seasons for Coventry City, it has been nothing but heartbreak through the playoffs or just missing the playoffs. You got to think, when will Coventry's time for the Premier League come? We don't know. Each season, it seems just to be disappointment after disappointment. But this season, I think Lampard can lead them to the playoffs once again. The Coventry are very disciplined and a disciplined squad with very physical players. And I think if they can get a better start this season than they did last season, I think they can get a higher playoff place. So Blue Noses, let us know your thoughts in the comments. On to the next one then, Blue Noses. So in 7th, I've put Norwich City. So Norwich City have just nicked a promotion rival from last season's manager, Liam Manning. He snuck a boring Bristol City team into the playoffs and grabbed people's interest. And now Liam Manning has bought players like Harry Darling and Duffy, and a player called Duffy from high championship profile clubs. So that's why I think Norwich will be there. 8th position, Millwall. I think Millwall are purely going to finish high in this table by just defending. They've got such a good defence. Their statement signing, you could say, is Alfie Duffy. So Alfie Duffy has played for Luton from when they got promoted from the Championship to now their back-to-back relegation. But when Luton were in the Premier League, he almost got his first cap for England. And now he's going to be crossing the ball in at the Den. And they're also got their captain, Jake Cooper, and Tananga. Tananga was wanted by Sunderland, who are now a Premier League club. 9th then. Not up next is West Brom at 9th. Bit of a weird one for West Brom this is, because they're coming into the campaign off the back of a very underperforming season, you could say. They've got a young manager in who has not had many jobs as like promotion or anything, but they've just got to rely on their more experienced players this year. However, they have brought in some talent. Wycombe Wanderers captain Caleb Taylor, who was their player anyway, and because Adam Armstrong's gone back to Southampton where he was when they got promoted. 10th, I've put Wrexham. Wrexham at 10th is surprising, but not really from this week. This week, Wrexham have had one of the most exciting weeks out of any Championship club. They've signed Connor Cody, Kiefer Moore, 2 players that have won promotion from Championship. Connor Cody did Wolves' back-to-back promotions from League One to the Premier League with them. Then the 23-24 season, he won the Championship with Leicester. Kiefer Moore, on the other hand, he got back-to-back promotions with Ipswich Town, didn't go to the Premier League with them, but did challenge with Sheffield United. So I think with them 2 through the door, they should be able to get a top half finish. 11th, I've put Bristol City. Bristol City, 11th. Obviously, we're talking about Liam Manning going to Norwich. And that could come with a few consequences for Bristol, because if Liam Manning wants his own individual success again for another season, he's going to try and scout down some of Bristol City's top players to fit his style of play. As of now, they've still got some key players. Their captain, Rob Dickey, and one of their top goal scorers, Scott Twine. 12th position then, and this is quite a shocking one. I've put Middlesbrough. I think Middlesbrough are going to have quite an alright season this year, because with the new appointment of Rob Edwards, the season looks a bit more positive for the Borough fans. Rob Edwards has gained promotion from League 2, League 1, and I think he has challenged in the Championship before. There's a few strong players at Middlesbrough, to be fair. They've kept the players like Hayden Hackney, who was going to go to Ipswich, but no, he stayed at Middlesbrough. And then they've got more players like Morgan Whittaker and Bergzorg, and up front Tommy Conway. So Borough fans could be a bit optimistic this season. 13th, in 13th, I have put Watford. People have put Watford lower than this, but again, I don't know much about Watford. I just remember them being in the Premier League, up and down the Premier League, but it hasn't really gone well for them in the last couple of seasons. So for that, I am going to put them in mid-table at 13th. 14th then, up next, Preston North End. I've put 14th. And a lot of people disagree with me, but I think Preston, if they can get off to a good start, they can properly finish upper in the mid-table. People have said, no, they're going down, but I think if they can get a good start, maybe buy some players before the window shuts, and stay in a decent position by the time January comes around, I think they will stay in the Championship for another season securely. 15th then, I've put Queen's Park Rangers. The thing is about QPR is they have decent players, but not a good style of play. They've nicked a player that Birmingham City, Rangers and Sheffield United wanted, is Kwame Poker. I don't know why Kwame Poker's gone there. Maybe different opportunity. Maybe thinks more of a challenge. But I think QPR have got quality. Enough quality not to go down, but not enough to get higher. Charlton Athletic, 16th. I think they've been very busy in the transfer market, bringing some of Luton's best talents to the club, bringing players in like a new goalkeeper, Komansky, or Tomansky, I don't know. And they've brought Luton's captain, which Luton are going to be like quite annoyed with, who's a centre back. But I think Luton fans are going to be quite annoyed at that one. Hull City, I remember the 2023-2024 season when Rotherham, Huddersfield and Birmingham City got relegated to League One. I remember Hull City finished 7th, and it was only like there were 3 points off playoffs or something like that, but they have just fell off. Players like Jaden Philogene, their captain, they lost three of their key centre-backs, so it's not going very well for Hull at the minute, is it? No. Derby County. I don't really know much about Derby. The only thing I know is that they've established themselves as a championship club for a season, and they keep climbing up that table, getting really good results. So if they can get a better start than they did last season, then I could be wrong and they could get much higher. I've put Blackburn to struggle this season, just purely based on like the manager and their outgoings of players, their incomings, like the transfers. They don't look too they don't really have a sense of quality to get into mid-table or to get obviously into the autos, but they still have enough quality to just stay out of the relegation zone. And this might be a shocker to some people. I've put Swansea City. Thing is about Swansea, they had an okay season last year in the Championship, but I think like some of the players that have left, like Harry Darling, who kept them up in mid-table, now that they've gone, it's a bit worrying for the Swansea City fans. They have replaced a centre-back for Harry Darling, and his name is Cameron Burgess from Ipswich Town, but he's really the only convinced signing. As we know, one man doesn't make a team successful. You need every man on the pitch to have their quality in their own way. I don't think Swansea have that this season. So they're good enough not to go up. They're good enough not to go down, sorry. But I don't think they're good enough to get mid-table. So not a very good season for Swansea this season. Up next, Stoke City. So Stoke, I don't think Stoke have had many powerful seasons or dominating seasons in the Championship for the past few seasons. But this year they have brought in a few good players actually. James Donnelly from Tottenham, who by the way did a great job in League One for Leyton Orient. And then Aaron Cresswell, who's an experienced Premier League player, very experienced. Several players have left the club though, like Jayden Gooch and George Thomason. Their manager is Mark Robbins, but I just think with their league positions over the past few seasons, struggling to get top half, I think it's just going to be another shaky season for Stoke. Portsmouth. For Portsmouth, they've not really done much business, as I'm aware of, in the transfer window. So, same goes here. Not convinced, really, on, well, the signings, if they've made any yet. All their outgoings, because I don't think they've lost anyone. So, I don't know, the football isn't great there either. So, yeah, Portsmouth to go down this season. They had an alright season last year, but I can't see them having another one, especially the competition around the league this season with the teams coming up from League One and the parachute teams coming down. So then, 23rd, Oxford United. The thing is with Oxford, it's a bit frustrating for the fan base and the manager. Their manager is Gary Rowett, who's not a bad manager, but they've got a good defence. They've got their captain, his second name's Moore, and then they've got a very good centre-back from Huddersfield that left. And then, so their defence is, they don't need to really worry about their defence, really. Their midfield, they could like, upgrade it a little bit, but I don't think it's that bad as some people think it is. I think it's the attack where the problem is. Their striker is not really prolific, but it's not all of his fault. They've got two players that are at Blues at a very bad time frame. One of them was good at the start, but then started to fall off when we got relegated, and that is Siriki Dembele. Siriki Dembele, I feel like he was doing the best under John Eustace, but now that he's gone, I don't think he didn't really have a good season last year. He didn't really start much, but now that he is going to have to start because he's the only like winger really, I worry, because if he brings that form in, I'll really worry for Oxford. And Predeswar Placheta, who played for Blues, weren't that bad, but he's not going to keep them out of relegation. So if they can stay out of relegation zone by January and then sort it out, I think they can go on to survive again. But I've put them in 23rd for now. So this one is a very popular prediction around the EFL at the minute. And I'm so sorry to the Sheffield Wednesday fans for what they're going through at the minute. As Birmingham City fans, we know what Sheffield Wednesday are going through, and we know how horrible and frustrating it is for the fans that have been there for the good times. And now, obviously, there's bad times in every club, but they're going through a very horrible time at the minute. All their players are leaving, like Josh Windass. They've managed to hold on to Barry Bannon for now, but they've only got like 15 starting men's players, and then the rest are youngsters. I've noticed this quite a lot in the English pyramid, how big clubs are being taken away by these owners who just don't care about the future of their club or the history. Like, saw it happen to many big clubs, Blues being one of them. But I'm so sorry for Sheffield Wednesday. And if they do end up going down in 24th, hope they get rid of their owner next season, bounce back out of League One, and then succeed in the Championship the season after that, and then come back strong. So then, they're my Championship predictions for the forthcoming season. If you like that video, guys, leave us a like and subscribe, and comment down below. Keep right on.